skills. Look, boy, you in the danger room. Yeah, you in the danger room. Come on now. It's like a dream. Everything moving fast, but you moving slow. Change the tempo. Watch, we on time. Hey, now you know.
Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another game review. This time I'm reviewing Stranded Deep. This game was developed and published by Beam Team Games and originally was launched all the way back in early access of January 23rd in 2015, but did finally see an official release on April 21st of 2020 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, and so on. And the reason why I'm doing this review is because this was one of the free games that we received on May for the PlayStation Plus program. I did originally plan to do a review on this, but it just wasn't a kind of game that I liked, you know. But hey, now that it's free, I figured it was worth a shot to do a review on it. Now, what exactly is Stranded Deep? It is a procedurally generated first-person survival game that has a rather dynamic day and night cycle, different dynamic weather that happens, and a basic crafting system that can get rather complicated. Let me explain about that. I mean, as you start off, it basically, I wouldn't say it holds your hand, but it'll tell you what you need to do to progress through the, quote, story of the game. Like, you're first on the island, the first thing you need to do is, make a weapon, like a knife, and they'll tell you what items you need to gather. You'll search what island that you are on. You find these items, and you will do stuff to combine them to make another item. And that's basically what you do. You know, so it's like, okay, you need to create a fire. Well, to create a fire, you got to grab sticks, and then you also have to grab this, and then combine this with that, with this and that. So it's not really a massively deep crafting system, but it's a multi-layered one to where you'll have to combine items to make one item and then take multiple items to combine them to make another. So like I said, later on when you're making like a certain item, it'll require like 6 or 7 other items you have to make. It does get a little complicated, especially with the limited resources that's on your island. It also comes with a building system. It pretty much plays out the same as the crafting system, but with actually building things from fires to shelters. Even as you progress, you can also build other things as well, like different rafts, a gyrocopter if you get the right parts. Now, since it's a survival game, you have to worry about every single minor little detail, which is the reason why I really don't like games like this. I'm not saying they're not, good games, but I just find them annoying. I mean, you have to deal with everything from hunger, thirst, sleep, and your total health as you try to gather the limited resources on your island to survive. And, I do enough of that in real life. I kind of don't want to sit around and spend 20 minutes hunting a crab to be able to take the crab, to use a knife to clean the crab meat, to stick the crab meat on a stick, to create a fireplace, to put it on the fire, to cook the crab, to eat it, to make sure I'm healthy and I don't get sick from food poisoning, and then go and cracking like open coconuts by having to climb a tree to pull the coconut down, then crack the coconut with a rock or a knife in order to drink the coconut water. Like I said, if you're into that, then honestly this will be right up your alley. But to me it just got way too redundantly boring, doing so many fetch quest jobs just for minor things to survive. And I get it, that's the part of the game. I mean, seriously. But as you're going around, like I said, you use coconuts for water. Later on, you can build like a little water filtration systems involving leaves and stuff like that. You hunt animals for food. If you're lucky enough to be on an island that actually has animals on it to hunt, that's so much easier. I was on this little dinky island, at least the first couple games, to where all I could hunt was like crabs, and then I had to dive into the water to go and hunt like the sea life, So it's pretty decent, especially in the exploration, because as you're going around, you're exploring, you're trying to gather items, and you can gather them from your island, or you can even dive down to the deeps of the ocean to find rare items that are in like shipwrecks and plane crashes and stuff like that. And the whole plot of the game is after your plane crashes and you're lucky enough to get on a raft, you're able to get to a island, and you just need to survive, figure out how to escape. And you try to survive and escape the island by either using a boat or, like I said, eventually you'll get a plane if you actually get far enough into the game. Now, like I said, exploring the island is rather simplistic. It's first person. You just walk around, and it'll pop up what something is when you get close enough to it and highlight it. And you can use your corresponding tool, if you have it properly, to harvest the item. And you just go around gathering and collecting stuff. And you can even take your boat that you have and be able to explore other islands with it, or the giant game world. The world itself is rather impressive, even though it is procedurally generated, and to where if you have the proper equipment and tools, you can even hunt down and fight and kill these 3 mythical sea creatures that are located in certain locations on the game world. I think one is like a megalodon, the other is like a squid, and I forget what the third one is. And that's basically just to show how badass you are, and I think you end up getting some trophies for it. Now, the other thing is, I did notice this, at least in my third playthrough, that I did find some Easter eggs. And what I mean is they seem to be based off the movie Castaway with Tom Hanks. Like, you get Wilson. They don't call him Wilson, but you get the volleyball that's got the handprint on it with the face, Wilson. And I even found like a FedEx box that kind of looked like a postal box. So it's got some decent Easter eggs that are tiebacks to Castaway, which is what heavily influenced this game, I think, really personally. Now, as for the game length of this title, it's actually quite long. Now, I was not able to do this, but if you're an achievement hunter and you want to get every single achievement in this game, which I think there's 35 of them, it's going to take you about 80 plus hours to be able to do this with all the stuff you have to actually do. I actually got a couple trophies just by, fudging the game a bit. I decided, you know what, I'm tired of being on this island. I'm not even going to use a boat or a raft. I'm just going to see if I can swim to that other island and I see that looks like part of a ship. And I did. I actually swam through the ocean. I got attacked a couple times by something. I think it was a shark. I didn't go underwater and I didn't look. But I was able to successfully swim to a secondary island and got a trophy for it. And then I was stuck on that island until I died because there was nothing there to eat or do. And it was nighttime and I didn't even have the proper materials to start a damn fire to keep from freezing to death. But in the end, though, like I said, 80 plus hours worth of gameplay to get all 35 achievements. But if you're just wanting to get through and see the ending, yes, this game actually does have an ending to it. It will take you about maybe 15 hours or so from start to finish to be able to get to the proper location and get the last final item, as I'm going to call it, for you to be able to escape and save yourself and see what caused the plane to crash in the first place. Now, as for gameplay wise, I haven't had really too many glitches, but I have had a couple involving, I would say, the physics engine that they use. Because a lot of the stuff requires you to break it down in order to use the item, like chopping down a tree to gather the leaves of it and stuff. And I've had some glitchiness where just the dynamic physical, structures, the way they roll and topple kind of glitch, or they pick up steam and start rolling so fast it's unrealistic, but nothing that actually destroyed the gameplay. I mean, like I said, this is not really my kind of game. It's a little too slow paced and too methodical in terms of every single last detail that you have to constantly keep up on, and it is very, very easy to run out of stuff. Seriously, you really have to focus heavily on making sure that you don't waste any of the items that you find on your island to be able to progress. I mean, I was stupid and I didn't know how to make an axe at first, so I was using my little knife to cut down trees, and it did work, but eventually my knife broke, and then I had to go and make another knife, but I had already used up all the materials on my island to make another knife, so I was kind of screwed at that point. I had to actually take a chance, load everything up in my boat, and try to go to another island in hopes that I could find one that had more stuff on it I could collect. And fortunately, I was able to do that before I starved to death. So that was kind of cool. Now, as for overall price of this game, if you were to buy it, it would only cost you $19.95, only $20 for this game. So if you are a huge fan of survival style first person games like this, I can definitely say, while it's not the most complex game I've played, it definitely has a lot of little nuances that you have to keep track of in order to get your character to survive and be able to progress and get to the ending of this title. Or you can just stay on your island, and if you're able to actually craft the proper equipment to make it to where you can stay on there, keep generating food and water, and keeping your guy healthy, it's one of them games too to see how long you can survive, really. And at the price tag, only $20 if you were to buy it, or you can download it and play for free if you're a member of the PlayStation Plus program for the free games of March 2021. This was Nathan. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. I want to thank each and every one of you for leaving comments, liking this video, hit that bell icon, subscribing to my channel, and remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.